Right now at 6, a semi-truck overturning on I-90 causes lane closures.
And No Mow May helps pollinators collect nectar.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. A semi-truck driver is okay after his rig overturned on I-90.
At about 1:45 this afternoon, Wisconsin DOT reported a crash on I-90 between West Salem and Bangor. When our crews arrived on scene, they saw a semi-truck overturned in the median. The left lanes in both directions were closed at the crash site while first responders were on scene. The driver appears to only have minor injuries.
Well, it's National Youth Apprenticeship Week, and today Gunderson Health System is celebrating the program. Gunderson is just one of over 6,500 employers across Wisconsin to offer the Youth Apprenticeship Program, which allows high school students the chance to explore careers before going on to higher education. The regional president of Gunderson explained the importance of this program with a shortage of healthcare workers on the horizon.
It is so incredibly important to offer these apprenticeships because we know what the world of the healthcare workforce shortage looks like in the next 10 years. We know the shortages that are coming. We have to start young. We have to get people interested and engaged.
Youth apprenticeships are offered to high school juniors and seniors. Career paths in the program range from everything from the trades to healthcare to teaching.
No Mow May. It's a phrase that's been tossed around for a few years now. The idea is to support biodiversity in our region's pollinators by letting your lawn grow naturally. It's really easy to participate in it. Just don't mow your lawn for the rest of the month. Doing so, experts say, will help pollinators get the nectar and pollen they need. It also reduces carbon emissions from lawn maintenance equipment. This year, the city of La Crosse is going beyond No Mow May by encouraging additional sustainability practices.
Not just 1 month of effort is going to make a lifetime's worth of changes. We need to start implementing some long-term changes as well. So things like planting pollinator gardens, rain gardens, implementing more native plants on your property as well.
And if you don't have a lawn, Meyer says you can still help pollinators by growing native plants on your balcony or windowsill. For more information on how La Crosse is participating in No Mow May, you can visit the Parks and Recreation website. We'll have an adjoining link on our digital platforms.
The National Association of Letter Carriers trying to stamp out hunger this weekend with a nationwide food drive. You may have noticed a yellow bag in your mailbox recently. If you'd like to participate in the food drive, just fill the bag with non-perishable food or hygiene items and place it in a visible location near your mailbox on Saturday by 8:30 a.m. Donated items will go to the Hunger Task Force and Wafer Food Pantry in La Crosse and the Onalaska Food Basket. According to a release, last year's food drive collected 40,000 pounds of food in participating 546 zip codes. Shelley Fortner with the Hunger Task Force says the Stamp Out Hunger food drive makes a big impact in our area.
We actually go through about 3 million pounds of food a year distributing to the area programs that give away food. So, I mean, this makes a tremendous dent in what it is that we need, and we look forward to this every year.
Fortner says the food collected during the food drive typically feeds the area for 2 to 3 months. If you'd like to pick up donations on Saturday, you can sign up with Great Rivers United Way. We'll have that link on our digital platforms.
Well, we saw some rain pass through our station's area around the 4:30 mark. Things looking a little clearer now, though, Greg.
Yeah, a little clearer. The activity is pushed further south, but we still have a few showers out there, but it's less activity. As the sun goes down, some of this activity definitely will decrease. But for this evening, still a shower chance maybe for La Crosse out to about maybe 9 or 10, but very light amounts if we get anything else. Temperatures getting back to 53. A lesser chance if you go to Eau Claire. Notice the temperatures falling off quickly to 50 degrees as we get towards 11 p.m. and clearing skies, which is going to lead to some colder temps later tonight. Overall, there's that line that pushed through La Crosse right now, just to the south. I just went through Caledonia right now. It actually is thunderstorms with this line as it kind of surges to the southwest. Viroqua, too, has also had some activity pushing through, and that'll probably continue to Soldiers Grove before I think that'll start to weaken a little bit. Up to the north, just a little bit of a light shower. Nothing expected really shortly. Otherwise, as I spoke about it, clearing skies later on here. Temperatures will quickly to fall back into the 40s, even 30s as you wake up tomorrow morning. That'll be probably the bigger story waking up for Friday. Clear skies, but actually chilly conditions, and that's why we do have some frost or freeze issues up to the north. We'll kind of explain that a little bit later. But we also got some aurora forecast potential going on for Friday night because of some huge sunspot on there, which right now is 15 times wider than the Earth. So it's a pretty big sunspot. So I'll break that down and show you when we might expect the aurora here also.
Good, because I'm going to need layman's terms for that.
Exactly.
Thank you, Greg. Well, adult film star Stormy Daniels gave more combative testimony on the witness stand today in former President Donald Trump's criminal trial in New York.
Before entering court, the presumptive Republican presidential nominee, who denies any wrongdoing, once again claimed the case is nothing more than election interference. Michael George has the latest from New York.
On the stand Thursday, Stormy Daniels gave more details about her alleged sexual encounter with Donald Trump. The adult film star testified she felt shock and surprise when she came back to the Lake Tahoe hotel room in 2006 and saw Trump on the bed. She called it a power shift because she earlier felt she had control of the situation. The former president's lawyers repeatedly accused her of fabricating the story. "You're making this up, right?" said one defense lawyer, to which Daniels replied, "No."
This is purely and simply election interference. There is no case.
The presumptive Republican presidential nominee once again railed against the charges. He's accused of falsifying business records in connection with payments to his former lawyer, Michael Cohen. Prosecutors say Cohen was given $130,000 to buy Daniels' silence ahead of the 2016 election. Trump's lawyers argue the money was to cover Cohen's legal fees.
This is about, they're trying to prosecute this guy for how something was recorded, and that's all it is.
Florida Senator Rick Scott joined Trump in court Thursday.
This is just pure political persecution.
The next witness on the stand was a junior Trump Organization bookkeeper. Rebecca Minocchio testified she sent checks to the White House about once a week to get Trump's signature. Prosecutors say Trump personally signed 9 of the checks reimbursing Cohen. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
The former president also announced this morning that his team filed an appeal over the gag order that's imposed on him in the case.
Trump has been fined repeatedly and threatened with jail time for violating the gag order.
A bucket that's giving back in a big way.
How a local entrepreneur is sharing his passion for baking while fighting food insecurity.
Here's the choice. Eric Hovde, 4th-generation Wisconsinite, self-made businessman, job creator, and Eric's foundation provides homes that save thousands of children in need. Career politician Tammy Baldwin, 38 years in politics, voted with Biden 95% of the time. Her votes caused prices to soar, and she refused to secure our border. Career politician Tammy Baldwin, she's not working for us anymore. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
My doctor says I need an MRI. But where do I go? They're so expensive.
Sensible MRI costs a few hundred, not thousands. You could fill your fridge for a year with what you save. We can get you in the next day. Think of what you could do with the time you'd save. What do you have to lose? At Sensible MRI, you choose the time, you save the money, and you rest easy having your doctor refer you to Sensible MRI.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment.
Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot! Shut up!
Called GNT.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
A local entrepreneur is taking his lifelong passion for baking and turning it into something good for fellow bakers and those fighting hunger. Our own Emily Brown shares his story. Emily.
Yeah, Ken, some of the best memories of Chris Wysong's childhood is baking with his mother. Now he's recreating that experience and simplifying it in his invention, Bucket of Bread, an easy recipe for all to share in the joys of baking and giving back to those in need. They say good ideas come when you least expect them.
I just woke up at a 3 a.m. thought that, hey, everything that you've been doing, you could just put it in a bucket and use that as a platform to help people.
The idea was bred from childhood memories, baking with his mother.
Little boy me, growing up, she always had me in the kitchen. Whenever there was a charitable event or something was taking place, I'd always bake something.
Now he's taking his passion and putting it into a bucket, creating an easy bake novelty, Bucket of Bread.
Nothing really exists that lets you get it in a container, form it in a container, store it in a container, and use it that way.
His idea is that simple. Chris mixes the flour and pours them into bags.
There's no preservatives, there's no fats, no oils, there's no dyes.
He seals them and places them into their individual buckets, carefully labeling and packaging the shipments.
I could make about 100 of these a day.
All you have to do is add water, let the dough rise, and voila, you're ready to bake. Chris even has simple recipes on his website to follow.
I do get to share. I do help give people something easier and hopefully inspire them to make something of their own, get creative in the kitchen, and just have fun.
And now that he's making a little dough, he's giving back, donating a portion of the proceeds to nonprofits fighting food insecurity.
Getting food to people, we shouldn't have this problem. So, you know, just giving back is an important piece. If I have a business, I want to be able to do that. And by tying this food-based product to that, I think it just matches very well.
He encourages people to buy a tax-deductible bucket of bread to donate to a local food bank.
The bigger I can make this beyond just myself is the bigger of an impact that it can have on somebody who is less fortunate.
And he's going big. Chris and his Bucket of Bread will appear on Project Pitch It here on CBS May 25th. Project Pitch It is a Wisconsin-based competition that gives entrepreneurs the opportunity to sell their ideas in exchange for mentorship and funding.
Owner and founder of Bucket of Bread LLC out of La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Bucket of Bread.
For him, it goes beyond that.
You know, hopefully it's inspiring others to take that idea and go with it.
The real challenge, he says, is convincing the everyday Betty Crockers to put their dough into his.
The real competition is finding those people that are baking at home already and convincing them that it is the next best thing since sliced bread.
Now you can see if Chris can rise to the occasion on Project Pitch It, airing right here on CBS Saturday, May 25th at 11 a.m. General Motors is retiring one of their best-selling vehicles. Which model and the reason why when we come back.
We definitely have some cold temperatures tonight, even frost or freeze, but we have some more storms in store for your Friday. I'll time those out and show you what the weekend also looks like. That all coming up on your First Warm Weather update after the break.
Make dinner good tonight with Hardee's new tender platters. Crunchy, juicy chicken dipped in buttermilk and hand-breaded, served with garlic toast, fries, slaw, and an ice-cold drink. Delicious, down to the very last crumb. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
My son, Nick, took illicit fentanyl, which cost him his life. And knowing that my son is never coming back is the worst thing that I will have to live with for the rest of my life.
Tammy Baldwin's been with us every step of the way. She just got a major bill passed to really crack down on fentanyl. She doesn't just talk the talk, but she actually walks the walk.
I cannot tell you how much we appreciate Tammy Baldwin fighting this fight.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Coachman RV Lacrosse is now open. Come celebrate during our grand opening block party, May 10th and 11th. We'll have free food, prizes, and fun for the whole family. Plus, take advantage of huge grand opening discounts on the top Coachman floor plans. Walk the lot and tour hundreds of new RVs, along with the large selection of quality pre-owned RVs. Don't miss the grand opening block party at the all-new Coachman RV Lacrosse, May 10th and 11th. Learn more at coachmanlacrosse.com/grand opening. We'll see you there.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. What's this spring like? Free flowers. All month long, save up to 20% off store-wide. Plus, as a thank you, get $50 worth of free flowers from Sparta Floral when you spend $499 or more. Buy a sofa, get free flowers. Buy a fridge, get free flowers. Buy some flooring, get free flowers. While you're picking up your free flowers, buy some more flowers. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup is always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the La Crosse area.
When you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here. By doing that, we control the entire process. So we control the project management, we control the design, we control the installation, the electric, the hookup, permitting, and that really sets us apart.
Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsonsolarenergy.com or give us a call.
At Hardee's, we're putting our hearts into Mother's Day because moms put their hearts into everything. Join us in celebrating the goodness of moms with made-from-scratch heart-shaped biscuits. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
General Motors is retiring the Chevy Malibu to make more electric vehicles. Yesterday, GM announced they'll stop making the Malibu later this year. Since its introduction, GM has sold more than 10 million Malibus and even sold many as police vehicles. But sales slumped in recent years as consumers moved away from cars to roomier SUVs. Now the automaker says its plans to focus on building electric cars like the next generation Chevy Bolts at its Kansas Fairfax assembly plants. This makes the Chevy Corvette the last gas-powered car in GM's lineup. Last year, it ended production of the Chevy Camaro.
And Amazon Prime Video now has a new way to make viewers watch commercials.
Yay.
Just recently, Prime Video began showing ads to viewers in its lowest cost tier. Now the e-commerce giant is going to start showing ads when you hit pause. Pause ads are part of a new suite of interactive ad formats Amazon unveiled on Tuesday, along with shoppable carousel ads and brand trivia ads. Viewers can avoid commercials entirely by paying an additional $3 a month. And there we go, another fee.
Yep, tiers like
I was just talking about how I might cancel that one because there's just so many. They just so easily stack up and drain you.
They do. I'm still a sucker for it. I mean, Leah, my wife, uses it for the shipping convenience, but Thursday Night Football is also on Amazon Prime, so I can't let that go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's how they get me.
Right. Well, we had some showers come through with a cool down accompanying it. How cool? Hopefully not as cool as Greg Barnhart. We need a jacket.
Oh, that was a good one. Well, it's definitely going to be cold tonight. We do have frost or freeze issues going on just because of the clearing skies, light winds. Now, tomorrow we do have another front coming through, so we have more storms on the way. And then I mentioned the aurora. It's looking really more likely we're going to see something Friday night. Just depends cloud cover and when the peak happens. And sunny and dry to start the weekend. The severe risk, there is a little bit of a risk tomorrow with the line coming through. It's kind of that limited side, pretty high confidence. So small hail, gusty winds as it comes through. We're not expecting widespread severe, but it is coming through during peak heating. Here's that sunspot. It's about 15 times wider than Earth, and it's been shooting off flares for the last many days, so it's really quite large. So all that activity is actually Earth directed, so that's why we're going to have the aurora come probably Friday night. Right now it really ramps up towards midnight and even extends beyond what this graph shows. So looking at that, we should be able to see it maybe on the horizon, maybe overhead as you go further north. Once again, depends on cloud cover and the timing. If this comes earlier in the day, obviously we have the sun out. So we'll keep tuned on that, but something to keep in mind for Friday night. But for tonight, really the showers are going to continue to dwindle throughout the evening hour. By the time we get to 10, I think all the activity really will be done. Just some clouds. Temperatures will continue to fall up to the north, as you notice, getting into the 30s just by 5 a.m. and a lot of areas around Sparta, and those areas mid-30s too. So once again, it's going to be a cold start to your Friday. Plenty of sun will warm up quickly up into the 60s, but then there's that next front that'll be coming down, providing that spark for some showers and thunderstorms, and it's hitting right during the peak heating. So probably about 2 to 3, you'll start seeing some of that hit the Eau Claire area, and then that line kind of forms and really pushes southeastward to 5 or 6. And with the speed of that and the orientation, that's where you could get some gusty winds associated with it. Very narrow line, but that'll be coming through during the evening compute. And then the evening hour still will see some showers continuing to wrap around this probably through 10. So just take in mind for Friday activities, you'll still see some of that going on. Now for Mother's Day, Saturday looks good. Mother's Day also not too bad, at least 70s, and likely a lot of areas will get low 80s. Unfortunately, we do have a shower thunderstorm chance in the afternoon because we have another front that's going to be sitting right up there by early Sunday morning, and you can just barely see that little wind change coming through right about 3 p.m. That's what we're going to keep a tone on to see. That might provide a shower storm towards the late afternoon or early evening as it comes through. Very slight chance, better as you go further east, but just something to keep in mind for Mother's Day. The good news, most of the day should be dry, and we should be up into the low 80s for most areas. So that's the good news. Tonight, showers, a few remaining probably through 10 p.m. Then it's going to clear out and get cold. We have that frost and freeze issue up to the north. Those lows will be in the 30s up there tomorrow. More sun, but we have the storms in the afternoon, probably between about 3 to about 8 p.m. coming through. We'll have 70 degrees, so plenty of sun to start the day off. And then Saturday looks really good. Clear skies around seasonal conditions, and most of Sunday actually looks good too, with that shower thunderstorm chance coming in the late afternoon. And then next week, it's a somewhat unsettled pattern, but none of the days are a washout by any stretch of the imagination, and temperatures pretty much where we should be, upper 60s to low 70s too.
Yeah, there's a lot to like there.
Not too bad weekend coming up. We do have the storms tomorrow, and like I said, the aurora is looking better. So something to keep in mind for tomorrow night.
Fantastic. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Brewers begin a 4-game set at home tonight against the rival Cards. Plus, the Twins have won 14 of their last 16 games, and they're looking to wrap up the series against Seattle with a dub. Rob is up next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Arby's Smokehouse Brisket smokes for 13 peaceful, silent hours, soaking up all that hickory wood as the fast-paced world melts behind. Ooh, crispy onions! Arby's, we have the meat.
It's the weekend clearance at Drury's in Fountain. Incredible savings on America's finest furniture. We're clearing our showrooms to make way for fresh new introductions with hundreds of items reduced to their lowest prices ever. You'll save hundreds of dollars on top brands like Smith Brothers, Daniels Amish, and Flex Steel. Bedrooms, casual dining, sofas, even premium leather, all priced to go. You'd better hurry because you won't see furniture of this quality at these prices again. The weekend clearance, this weekend only, at Drury's in Fountain.
Good morning with Dulcolax. Good morning. Hey. Yeah. Try Dulcolax Chewy Fruit Bites for fast and gentle constipation relief in as little as 30 minutes, making your good morning even better with Dulcolax.
Cooley Carpet has always been more than just carpet, and now the name will reflect that. Cooley Floors and Design. Along with the brand new name, there's a fresh new look to the showroom. Don't worry, Cooley Floors and Design still has the same great team at the same convenient location. Ready to elevate your space? The design consultants will take the time to discuss your dreams, needs, and your budget. Cooley Floors and Design will accompany you through every step from expert advice to professional installation. Visit Cooley Floors and Design on Mormon Cooley Road for a fresh new look.
You're thinking about new windows and doors. I've been thinking about new windows and doors for over 40 years. You're thinking about the best window at the best price. I'm thinking about the best window at the best price for you. The best quality installed by professional installers at a fair price. If you're planning new windows and doors, you owe it to yourself to contact the Board Store Home Improvements for a prompt free estimate. You'll be glad you did. Contact us today.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
It was a tough start to the season for Minnesota, but the Twins have been tearing it up over the past few weeks. A 14-2 record over their last 16 games. They were looking to make it 3 out of 4 over Seattle. Final game of the 4-game set against the Mariners. Twins not wasting any time. First inning, Max Kepler lines a base hit to right field. Just like that, it's 1-0. Home team keeps pouring it on. Still in the first. Bases full for Manny Margot. This one's going to be trouble. Margot lines one down the left field line. It trickles all the way to the wall. Biggest hit as a Twin for Margot, a bases clearing double, makes it 4-0. Very next batter, Carlos Santana. Here we go. I'm a little ahead of myself. I'll slow down a bit. He's going to smoke one to center field. That's a base hit. Margot scores. Twins put up a 5 spot in the first inning. And here comes some more offense in the second. Ryan Jeffers providing the power. This one gets out in a hurry. Solo shot makes it 6-1, and the Twins pulling away. Bottom 7, Kepler gets all this one to right field for a solo blast. Twins roll 11-1. They've won 15 of their last 17. As for the Brewers, after winning 3 straight, Milwaukee's dropped 4 of its last 5, including a 6-4 loss yesterday in the series finale against Kansas City. But the Brewers are back home tonight to begin a 4-game set with rivals St. Louis, and we'll see if being back home can get this team rolling. Just 14 home games so far for Milwaukee out of their first 36 games played this season, but the next 7 will be at AmFam Field. That 4-game set with the Cards begins in about 15 minutes. WIAC tournament action beginning on the diamond this afternoon for the UWL baseball team, and a tough start for the Eagles. They get blanked by UW Stevens Point 3-0. Lacrosse will look to stay alive tomorrow morning against UW Oshkosh. As for the softball squad, big win for the Eagles this morning in Oshkosh. Lacrosse opening up the WIAC tournament with a 5-0 shutout victory over UW Stout. Eagles are currently playing UW Stevens Point. We'll have the final from that matchup later on tonight. Just want to shout out my coworker Emily. Love that bread story. Got hungry watching it.
Do you eat bread?
I dabble a little bit.
I love it.
Not as much as the rest of us, right?
Yeah, you eat a fair amount of bread, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Every morning I have toast, so this was a treat for me.
There you go.
I was bred for this role.
It was great.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Another
God.
one? What is that,
was
7?
good.
7 puns?
It's the easiest thing to do. Buns, I mean puns on bread. Yeah.
Keep it going.
She's on a
Keep
roll.
it rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we got to get back to weather here right after this break.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar.
The Salvation Army of La Crosse County is hosting its 2nd annual Party in the Park. Join us for this free event with community partners and take part in plenty of activities and games for families and children. Join us for Downtown Main Street's inaugural Downtown Wine Walk, a delightful evening filled with fun, shopping, food, and drinks.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
Life happens. When people hit bumps in the road, Family and Children's Center is here to help. FCC offers mental health support with 20 different programs, support for hurts, heartaches, and hardships. Because life happens, contact FCC Outpatient Therapy at fcconline.org.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to get out and cultivate your ideal yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like 36-pound bags of Estate Weed and Feed, $34.99. $200 off this Milwaukee Impact Wrench and Grease Gun Kit. This Massimo T-Boss UTV, $600 off. All new Aaron's brand zero-turn mowers. Plus, come test drive our huge selection of mowers and lawn equipment during this Saturday's Ride and Drive event, starting at 9 a.m. at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
All right, tonight a few showers still this evening, but otherwise clearing out and definitely getting chilly out there with temperatures in the 30s, especially further north you go. That's why there's some frost or freeze issues waking up. Otherwise, more storms afternoon hour for Friday. Saturday looks good, and even Sunday for the most part looks good, but we still have some storms for Mother's Day weekend, 81, and of course, keep an eye on the aurora come Friday night. Hopefully everything pans out with clouds and it actually hits the good point. So something to keep in mind for tomorrow night.
I was thinking about what your next bread pun was going to be.
I can't think of. You do one. We need more.
No. I ain't stealing your thunder.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.